Hey, welcome to Aussie Online Growing on Shopify. This is episode 134, and I want to give you an update today about the packages I have on offer and the ways that you can work with me to grow your own online store. I've been working with clients now for nearly 12 months. I think it's coming up to about 10 months by the time this episode is published. And in that time, I've worked with many brands. In fact, I've been privileged to work with probably a dozen, which for me is a lot. I'm self-employed. So to me, that's lots of different brands and lots of different clients. And I have gathered lots of feedback in the last almost 1 year about clients' frustrations and struggles and the common questions they ask me for support and ways that I can best support them in growing their online businesses. And so I've sort of started to reevaluate the services I offer and how they're laid out to try and make more sense and make it more friendly for clients to sort of see what they're getting and choose what suits them. And I totally get that in my own business. Is it's so easy to spend time on things that don't really move the business forward, but just take a lot of time and are just really busy things to do. And I know that that's sort of what clients need me to take on board for them to support them better in moving their business forward. So this episode is really different. I want to share with you a little bit about what I offer in my business in services to clients in Australia, but actually also I have an overseas client too now, which is really exciting. She's in the US. And so I've got two different categories I want to share. I'm calling them my menu. So I have two different menus and there's a package included in each, and then you can select add-ons that might suit your business, your brand, and where you're at in the stage of business to support you in an extra little step or an extra little component that you're really struggling with. The add-ons are kind of why I decided to rejig the services I offer and to lay them out a little bit more methodically and sensibly to make it easier to digest. If you land on my website, you can sort of see them as a bit of a headline, and then you can see a bit more of a flyer or an image that has more details involved, or just email me and I'll send the flyers through to you so you can kind of understand exactly what's included in each sort of package. So the add-ons are kind of why I started rejigging what I offer. And if this piques your interest, please head to the website, book yourself a discovery call and chat with me about your business. And maybe one of these packages really suits just where you're at and just what you need to move your business forward. So with Facebook ads management, you probably are ready to get customers. You are ready for sales. You either need sales or you need more of them. One of those two things tends to be true when clients come and book a call with me. They either need customers or they need more of those customers. This package will be for you. Meta is still the best place in 2025 to find your customers online. Remember, this is not just Facebook. Even if it was, that's a billion or something people, but it's not just Facebook. It's Instagram, Messenger, Marketplace, Audience Network, Threads, and all these other platforms as well that I've not even looked into all of them that Meta is affiliated with, where your ads can be seen. Your customer is somewhere on Meta and you can find them there for sure. So this package is for 1 month. There's no retainer. You're not locked into any more than a month. It's just a one-off monthly cost, and it's $500. And it gets you a strategy build with a marketing funnel, top of funnel awareness, middle of funnel conversion, audience gold mine, like looking into who your audience is based off of your existing customer data, or maybe conversations you have with customers if you haven't got many of them, or your brand and your niche, and building those audiences out. Building campaigns and monitoring the campaigns. This is a high touch campaign or a high touch package that I'm offering. It is what I already offer to my existing clients. I'm very high touch in their Meta ad account. I'm in there a few times a week. But this package is even more high touch than that because of how things are changing with the platform, because of how much creative you need to feed Meta to be able to sort of work with the algorithm and to find the users that your business needs. You need more creative than what you're doing already. I can say that like 99.9% confidence, because I know I do too. I've just spent all morning. Today is a Tuesday and I spend Tuesdays on content day, and I've filmed the raw content for 3 new videos that I now need to edit because I'm aware as well that Meta just needs more creative. So this is a high touch program for 1 month where I'm going to be in your ad account often to make sure that I'm looking at the metrics a few times a week. So this is not where you set up with an agency and you might get a report after a month and it's very standard. They might have done a few standard things and maybe looked inside your ads a couple of times and given you little feedback, or what I hear more often than not is little transparency. You can ask me any questions about your ads and I can show you anything you want to know and give you advice on the metrics that are there to help educate you if you don't want to continue working with me after a month and you want to take the reins back yourself. So it'll be monitoring your campaigns, optimizing them, refine what's working, turn off what's not, potentially scaling things that are, or reaching out to you to maybe talk about a budget to scale something if I can see there's the potential to scale it. And then a performance recap. We can chat on Zoom. I can give you a physical report as well, which you will get, but it's usually really lengthy because I like to put lots of detail in there, so we can chat on Zoom as well at the end of the month and discuss all the different things that happen and answer any questions you've got. The outcome to this is confidence, clarity, campaigns that convert. You will find out how much it actually costs you to find a customer. At the moment, do you even know what it costs you to get a customer on Meta? And is that a good amount or not? Like, what is a good amount for your business? What's your AOV? Do your customers come back regularly? Are they like high returning customers like my business is? Or are they only coming to you once in a lifetime or once every few years? So all of those things factor into how much you can expect to pay for a customer on Meta. So this management of your Meta ad account, I can hand back to you after a month and give you clarity on all those things and some campaigns that convert and some winning creatives you can kind of rely on to move forward. Or you can continue working with me ongoing after that point if you're happy with the results. You don't want the headache for yourself, which is a few of my clients, and I just look after it month on month for you. Here are the add-ons I created. The first add-on is a creative ad build. This is $200 and it gets you 3 creatives. I've said from day one, and I continue to say, I'm not a graphic designer at all. And if you look at my own e-commerce brand, it's called theturtlejournal.com.au. You will see my creatives are very standard. It's nothing, I'm not a content creator by any means, and I'm not a graphic designer. But what I do know is after working with clients and also in the various courses I have paid to be part of, in the skills I have learned in 4 years, and I've spent about 150 grand in ads on Meta, is I'm very confident that I can spot a good video and a good image, maybe the text that appears on screen or the copy that matches it to get you some conversions. So even though I know I'm not a graphic designer and I don't claim to be, if you have raw footage, raw images, product images, I'm confident that I can create for you some creatives to get going, because you just need to get started. I totally get that. I want to support clients in getting off the ground. And if I come to you and say, you need to get me back 5 videos and 5 images, I'm honestly not going to hear from many of you for 3 weeks. I totally get that. It's just paralyzing because you're like, I just employed you, Rachel, to look after this, and now I really have to do all this work. And I know I can get you off the ground with what my skills are, the level I am at, to actually start some campaigns running, to get some data flowing. If you haven't advertised in a long time or you don't advertise very often, your pixel needs the data. We just need to get some data in there so we've got some benchmarks to measure by. So, which takes us to the next add-on. The next add-on is a power hour of coaching. This is, I can speak to you for a whole hour about your campaigns. I can walk through all of the metrics. You can ask me questions about what to do next. If you don't want to work with me ongoing after this point, but you want a really intensive time to chat about strategy, moving forward, marketing funnel, what creatives, how many, what campaigns, what objectives, what budgets, and you're ready to take it back, the reins back yourself for 6 months or 12 months and see how you go, then you'll want this add-on. Then I can build the campaigns out for you. I can manage the ads for a month, get you some great data and some transparent data, and then also speak to you at length at what I have found, what I recommend moving forward if I were to continue managing the account for you, so you can take the reins back and go ahead. So that's the next add-on. The third add-on is lead generation. This might be my favorite. It's actually the most work. It's my favorite, but it's the most work because I love to do lead generation. I'm running a giveaway now for my own e-commerce store. So this is giveaway focused. Let me build a giveaway for you, a landing page, a sign-up form in Klaviyo, a welcome flow. Let's get some leads from Meta. Let's find your customers on Meta, but get them in through a more low barrier to entry avenue and get them to join a giveaway. Give them a prize, do a draw at the end, send out a coupon code and monetize these people. And then after a period of time, clean those people out from Klaviyo and get rid of the ones that were just junky email. But let's get some leads for you. Let's build your email list because it's actually an asset for your business. And Meta is such a good platform for running ads to find users who are purchasers and who are potential customers for your business that you can then have to go ahead and nurture them over time. They don't come in and they're not all shoppers, but they're leads. You've paid for leads and then they need nurturing and, what's the word? Wooing a bit over time to then be encouraged to purchase. That's my favorite one, like I said, because I think the results are so powerful, but it's out of the four, it's the most work for me for sure. And then the fourth add-on is a creative testing lab add-on. This is in response to Meta this year, 2025, all the changes that are happening on the platform that really started like 2 years ago with TikTok, but have now rolled out everywhere. Creative testing. Let me take all of your creatives, like at least a dozen. This really needs at least 12, 20 or something even better, and spend some time testing them all. Different audiences, different segments, looking at the metrics, different types of creatives. You need video, you need images. So if you find you're a business or a brand that has a lot of creatives, that you did at one point, at some point, but you don't know if they're any good anymore or who they're targeted to, will they even resonate with your ideal customer, then choose this add-on and then let me test all those creatives for you against some audiences and give you the benchmarks and the metrics back to really see which ones might be winners, but also highlight to you which ones you could make more of that are doing well, or show you the deficit, which is more often than not because none of us are probably creating enough content, but show you the deficit on what content your business is lacking that you probably need to lean into ASAP. That's like the 4 little add-ons to my signature package of Facebook ads management. So Facebook ads management, the signature package, $500, and then different add-ons are different amounts. So let me show you the second one is Klaviyo email marketing. This one is split out into add-ons as well, and these add-ons are really targeted towards the work I've already been doing for existing clients that obviously becomes work that they need done. So it's work that sort of pops up in our conversations when we're chatting and I've started working in their account. These things often come up. So I've pulled them into little add-ons to make it easier. So when you book a discovery call with me, you choose to work for a month, you can see I'm definitely going to need that one, or I might need that one. But it gives you a better idea of, rather than kind of feeling like, oh, what can Rachel do? I know she's going to do these things she said, but I need help with this, I need help with that, and I need help with that as well. It can start to feel like there's not a lot of structure, or you're not even sure where the results are anymore. Like, how do I measure if having Rachel on board has been worthwhile for my business or not? Whereas with these specific add-ons, you can really choose which ones suit you if you want them. You don't even need the add-ons. You can just go with the package. Signature package, Klaviyo email marketing. This is everything you need to build your email engine to start making consistent sales. If email is not making up 30% of your revenue now, driving from email, then you have room to grow. Mine has dipped in the last year, and I can tell you why. Mine's dropped to about 26%. And I think I'm 99% sure it's because I changed the attribution window. Because I have a subscription box service, one of my clients actually also has a subscription. So his metrics will also suffer from the same way, but at least it makes sense why, and you're not thinking that you're failing. It's always good to know the reason for these things. If you have a subscription, you might want to change the attribution window in Klaviyo so it's not capturing your subscription renewals. Mine was. So my metrics through last year on a few months looked better than they should have because it was capturing my subscribers' renewals. Well, that's not Klaviyo's revenue to claim. That was my hard work that I got those subscribers. So I don't want Klaviyo attributing that revenue to them. I only want Klaviyo attributing the revenue from emails. So I changed my attribution window from 7 days to 1 day, which is obviously seriously short compared to the recommended 7. Hence why my percentage of revenue from email this year looks lower than last year, is because I've just like shrunk the attribution window down to almost nothing. So I have to remind myself of that constantly when I think 26%, I used to get so much more because the attribution window was bigger before I had subscriptions. Okay, so signature package for Klaviyo. Segment build. Let me build the segments for you targeted on deliverability and a good sender reputation. Also, based on your business and your AOV and whether you have returning customers or not. Again, same story. If you have returning customers often, you'll want different sort of segment build and timings in those segments than if you're only selling to a customer once every year or they have a really long lead time, then you're going to want a different segment timing as well. So I'll build segments for you to help your deliverability stay strong and also help you not obviously be in front of your users too often, but you want to be in front of the right users just enough. A welcome flow. Do you have a welcome flow? You should have a welcome flow of some description that goes to anyone that subscribes to your website or to your newsletter or to be part of your email marketing world. And it should be different depending if they've made a purchase or not. So a post-purchase flow is obviously different than a welcome flow. But the sort of my basic signature package that kind of gets you all the what things set up and automated off the ground running is the welcome flow. Then a browse abandonment flow. The reason I chose a browse abandonment flow instead of an abandoned checkout in this package is because you probably already have abandoned checkout set up with Shopify, potentially. Most of my clients do. So instead of turning that off to start off with, let's build something more powerful and dynamic and targeted to users, which is browse abandonment flow, before we go and change up what you've already got running, which is probably your abandoned checkout through Shopify. Browse abandonment is so much cooler because it means people who've browsed on your site can then be targeted with a very targeted email based on what they've seen. And then that data is cookied. So then if that person subscribes later or buys something later, that data sticks to them and it all becomes part of their profile. So it just gives you more data on that one user. The other thing this campaign or this project includes is 2 monthly emails that I will design and write and get you to approve, and they go to different segments over 14 days. So one email over 14 days, second email over 14 days to drive revenue and give you a strong sender reputation and deliverability, especially if your deliverability is falling. You're going to want to lean into this part of the package, which is part of the signature standard package, which is putting together 2 really powerful emails, and then they'll get sent in different variations to different segments. So that the outcome of this package is clean, automated, sales ready system that runs on autopilot. These take time to get off the ground, but once you set up some of these foundational things well, then these autopilot systems really can run with just a check-in every 6 months or every 12 months to see that the copy is still good on these flows and the segments are still like best practice as far as Klaviyo standards go. And also like Google and all the sender reputation stuff, that if that's changed, then you need to be updating your segments. So segments is a big part of this package, as well as the emails that we're building and sending as standalone campaigns. And then, of course, the welcome flow needs to sit there in the background and tick over, getting you sales through and converting people who visit your site. This is why email and Facebook ads work so well together. And I love the combo, because when we have a welcome flow set up, then traffic is being driven from Meta. You've got the best chance of capturing these people and getting them into your email to become part of your email ecosystem. You can nurture every week and every couple of weeks and start reaching out to them even more often. If they're in a really hot segment, you could be reaching out to these people a few times a week, not just once a week, but it depends on your business and your AOV and all that sort of stuff, and your deliverability. We don't want to be emailing people too often. If your deliverability has tanked, we need to kind of improve that back. So some of the add-ons for this program, again, creativity. So an email template that you can then go ahead and use later. So something that really reflects your brand, that becomes an email template you can build off of and copy and clone when you take the reins back after a month. If you don't want to continue working with me, you want to take this back for yourself, you'll have a template to work with. An audit. I love this add-on because I've done this for my existing clients. I've just gone in and done this work, of course, is making sure that Klaviyo is set up correctly. It's talking to Shopify correctly. It's talking to Meta correctly. The consent is correct. The unsubscribe is correct. All of that foundational kind of stuff is worth just going through and checking, making sure it's turned on properly in your Shopify theme. There's so many just little steps that are just frankly annoying to do. I totally get they're just annoying to do. So instead of setting aside, the afternoon to find these sort of checklists online and go through them yourself, otherwise please do for sure. You'll be glad you did. Then this becomes an add-on. You can add this to the signature package of a Klaviyo, and I can do that work for you. A pop-up. This is my other favorite thing. This is my favorite one, and the Meta Ads one was lead generation. The pop-up is my favorite here on Klaviyo. Let me build for you a pop-up. Non-intrusive, very subtle. It disappears if you want it to, but you can pull it back when you need it to, and it links to your welcome flow with some sort of discount or offer to incentivize people to be joining your email list, which then means they're going to be converting later on, and get them into your email welcome series. And then the last one is a flow expansion pack. So maybe you want a whole different flow, a post-purchase flow, an abandoned cart flow. There might be a flow that's very specific to what you do, like my subscription box client, a flow off the back of the subscription box. There could be a very specific flow you would like me to build. I can build a very specific flow for you with the expansion pack. Or what did I put down here? And I did and add a few extra emails to your welcome flow as well. So if you already have a welcome flow, I could audit it for you and update the copy and things. But if you haven't got one, I've built it for you. I can add extra emails into that flow for you. So that's like the flow expansion pack that's added on to the Klaviyo email marketing menu. That's like, I hope that's actually making sense. It feels like I'm making sense as I'm saying it and sharing it with you, but I hope it makes sense to listen to. Is why I've kind of structured the two main things I do, which is Facebook ads, email marketing, into kind of two really specific, hearty, meaty packages that give you really good quality deliverables. But then also, if you wanted some little customizable extra things that you just know are going to crop up, you're going to need, then you can add those things on from the beginning or through the package. It depends what you want to do. But that will help you especially feel like I'm not coming to you needing stuff all the time, or you're not the one holding up me working in your account, which I hate if clients feel like that, which is why I really wanted to include the creative piece. With the caveat, of course, I'm not a graphic designer. I just see a lot of ads. I create a lot of ads. I create a lot of emails, and I see a lot of emails. And I take all of that information on board and file it away for what I want to create for my own brand and for my other clients' brand that I'm working with every month ongoing. So I really was keen to add that into these packages as an add-on, knowing that is a significant hold up and kind of a real significant bottleneck that I would clients kind of, I onboard a client and then they kind of feel stuck that the next thing they need to do is to get me a video. They just get stuck in that because everybody's got lives and families and work. So I wanted to take that off their plate as well. So this is on offer. You can absolutely select that add-on if you want to go ahead and work with me for a month. Remember, I only work on month by month project as well. If you want to work ongoing, you can. Like I said, I have clients now who've been with me for several months, which I'm really grateful for them. I love working in their accounts, their business. I've learned so much. I learn more and more every month, and I concentrate and give it my all to get them better results month on month as well. But you don't have to. You can just work for 1 month on one project and get some traction, just get something moving, and then be able to take the reins back for yourself and DIY it after that. So that's everything for this episode. A little different, a little salesy. I don't usually do a real salesy sort of episode. If you want some more DIY tips and tricks on growing your online store and your e-commerce store, of course, go back to my previous 133 episodes, especially episode 131. It might be about organic social media. That's really valuable in 2025. I strongly encourage you to go listen to that one next if you haven't yet. I think it's 131. It's about organic social media. That's definitely a must listen to after this one. And I'll see you next time. If you need to chat to me or go ahead and book yourself a discovery call, you can put it right in my calendar. Head to Aussie Online Growing on Shopify.com.au. See you next time. Keep learning.